During the week 24 to 30 September, UN ground forces maintain their pressure along the entire front. The heaviest fighting occurs in Central Korea, where enemy losses are high. A coordinated Allied attack forces Communist troops to evacuate many positions established as part of their winter line. UN and Communist liaison officers meet near Kaesong to arrange conditions for resumption of new peace negotiations, to include establishment of a new conference site. In the central sector northwest of Chorwan, strong Red counterattacks are checked in fierce engagements as the Allies hold firm. In the eastern sector north of Yanggu, major fighting takes place for possession of Heartbreak Ridge as UN troops intensify their attacks on hill positions. Near the coast, UN patrols push north of Kansong, while Marines landed by helicopter behind the enemy consolidate their position on high ground. In the air war, there is a greater frequency of jet battles. Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps planes continue to hit enemy troops and supply concentrations and lend vital support to ground forces. During the early part of September, Marines of the 1st Division are ordered to take Hill 673 in the Iron Triangle country above Yanggu, a tactical problem which requires 14 days to solve. The preparatory phase of the operation gets underway as Marine fighter planes pound Red positions with napalm, rockets, and demolition bombs. Allied airstrikes are met with enemy flak as the Communist forces stubbornly resist from their prepared positions on Hill 673. Carefully concealed beneath camouflage nets, medium and heavy Marine artillery units prepare for extended firing missions as forward elements of the UN forces are pinned down by enemy counterfire. After 48 hours of continuous airstrikes, the Reds holding Hill 673 show no signs of weakening. The 105 howitzers commence their mission. Elevated by mounds of earth so they may fire at a high angle, tanks support the Marine attack with salvos from their high-velocity weapons. Enemy targets are approximately 1,300 yards distant. Mortar crews, weary from night and day firing missions, zero in their heavy weapons and prepare the big 4.2 shells. As the UN attack on Hill 673 reaches its 11th day, Allied firepower has built up to its maximum intensity. After 14 days of concentrated bombardment and continuous Allied airstrikes, Hill 673 falls to the UN forces. devastated woods, and charred ground are all that remain of the once green hillside where the communist positions were established. Enemy winter equipment captured here proves Hill 673 was planned as a link in the Red winter defense line. Solidly constructed bunkers and gun emplacements remain intact in many places despite severe napalm bombing. Grazing fire by the Marine ground forces, coupled with strafing passes by Corsair fighter planes, have decimated the Red defenders and leave a grim harvest of enemy dead. Hill 673 has been taken, and the UN forces move on to new objectives. Playing a big part in the recent 14-day artillery bombardment of enemy troop and supply concentrations was Battery C of the 15th Field Artillery Battalion located in the Yangu area. Evidence of the tremendous artillery pounding of enemy lines is the mounting stockpiles of shell casings at all active artillery emplacements. This all-out effort opened an extensive behind-the-lines operation. Ordnance units pick up the still valuable shell casings. This retrieving job developed into one of the largest salvage operations so far in the Korean conflict. The 619th Ordnance Ammunition Company sets up a central salvage dump in the Yangu sector. Southbound vehicles then move the salvage shell casings to Wonju, where they are classified and segregated for immediate shipment to the United States. During the production of artillery ammunition, the casings are recast for use again. Then, a quick return shipment to the supply lines in Korea. The dumps are in a continuous state of turnover, receiving salvage from the field and shipping it to the States. Six miles south of Kumsong, plans are readied for Operation Cleaver, a one-day probe in strength to test Red resistance on the high ground holding up the UN advance in this area. The maneuver of riflemen and tanks of the 32nd Regiment, 7th Infantry Division, has a secondary mission: to kill as many of the enemy as possible and to destroy his fortified positions. This drive is coordinated with simultaneous drives of infantry tank teams of the 24th and 25th Infantry Divisions. The line of departure is located in the lowlands near the Kumsong-Chon River. Riflemen advancing with armor spot targets for the tankers and also serve as protection against enemy tank hunting teams. Scattered minefields are encountered early in the advance and restrict the movement of the tanks. Riflemen of George Company, 32nd Regiment, attempt to reach high ground under the protective cover of the tanks, which serve as a base of fire. Enemy resistance is strong, but their fire allows observers to mark the Red line of defense and to spot individual bunkers and outposts. The forces of the 7th Infantry Tank Team withdraw according to plan, suffering 18 casualties. The mission Operation Cleaver is accomplished. Excellent intelligence has been secured for further operations, and maximum damage has been inflicted upon the enemy encountered. Although films have previously depicted the broad aspects of Operation Summit, additional details are now available for further study of this first helicopter landing of equipped troops ready for combat on a hill located in the wide expanse of no man's land. The success of this small-scale mission establishes the feasibility of such daring operations. The study and evaluation of the techniques here employed, together with the experience gained by both land and airmen, paves the way for future operations involving even larger forces. Hilltop to hilltop advance bypasses costly maneuvering through low ground. Copter drops reduce the landing casualty rate to a minimum and allow the commander to retain control of the men during the entire operation. If battle conditions change, troops committed may be withdrawn, unlike the situation where troops are landed by glider or chute. Because helicopters are comparatively defenseless, the surprise landings must be completed quickly. Since the helicopter could not land, the assault squad used ropes to reach the ground. The Signal Corps cameraman was among the first to drop so that he could record the opening phases in detail. The hill, because of its rough terrain features and inaccessible location, was unlikely to be defended. The shore party, also among the first to descend, was responsible for clearing the area, leveling the ground, and marking the copter landing zone. C-3 TNT was used for the demolitions. No special tools were needed since only an approximate 30-foot clearing is required for the settling of the helicopters. Even before all clearing work is completed, copters carrying the main body of troops hove into view. The almost split-second timing essential to the operation was made possible by rapid communications established between the shore party and incoming helicopters. Security parties land early and move quickly to previously selected sites. The perimeter defense features overall observation and automatic fire on the most likely avenues of enemy approach. Operation Summit brings to the battlefield a new theory which utilizes the surprise and mobility of helicopter landings of fully armed soldiers in hitherto inaccessible locations.